Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers third party review. Today I am lucky enough to be taking a look at an early pre-production sample from Badcube. This is one of their latest offerings. This is of course Lorry, aka Masterpiece Hoist. Now I wanted to show you my original G1 Hoist as part of a comparison for this, but he got played with so much as a kid, he literally disintegrated. I had my G1 Hoist. He used to be in charge of a load of pickup trucks. The rest of the trucks were Matchbox toys. They're about the same sort of scale though. But he was their commander because he could transform. I miss being a kid. You can literally make up entire continuities. But anyway, we have this gorgeous representation here. Here's truck mode. As you can see, looks fantastic. I think I transformed it all correctly. I had a PDF to go by, but it does roll quite nicely. It's rubber tires, the grille and everything. It's all very reminiscent of a proper pickup, and I love the blue tinting on the windshield there. We've got nice rubber mirrors, so nothing is going to get broken there. The actual pickup section itself works quite nicely. We can lower this section down. This is, of course, so we can tow our broken down Autobots. And we have the ability to lift out this winch section, just lift that up. And the actual winch itself does work. We have a small handle here, and we can move that up and down, giving the rope extra slack. There we go. So it's a fully working winch. I quite like that. I think this is a very nice little touch. Let me just hook that through there, see if I can pick this up really. Hey! Oh, that's fantastic. I actually really like that. It's a fun toy. Badcube have gone down the route of trying to get their vehicle modes pretty much as realistic as they can, and at the same time trying to get a very G1 animation accurate bot. Let's bring in some of the other Autobots. First of all, here he is alongside Brawny. Now it's incredible to see just how far Badcube have come. Even from the likes of Brawny, they have come leaps and bounds. Here he is alongside my trusty smokescreen. I think they've got this scale down to a T. Oh, so close. And of course, let's not forget Badcube's master of mass shifting himself, the old War Dog. Now, Badcube are, of course, the masters of accessories, and Lorry definitely doesn't come up short. We have both of the jousting knights, we have a couple of the lancers, we have an additional sitting down set of legs, so we can just sit him on random hay bales, accessories or something if maybe we can sit him in the corner on some Energon stuff. That's nice, the legs just come off. It's all nicely painted again though. The tolerances on these are being tweaked as we speak. We get mini shields. I mean, just look at the size of this. We get an additional set of riding legs for our Blue Knight. They just pop into the horse. Even the horse itself. These are fun. These are fun figures. We get a shield and a lance to fit your Frumbles. I'm not going to start the argument. For this sake, I've bought in Frenzy. Frenzy is there with a shield and lance. I'll let you argue that out amongst yourselves. Now, the articulation on the Knights literally consists of a rotation at the waist and up and down movements on the arms. But that being said, these are nice, fun accessories, and it's all about the fun when it comes to Badcube. Let's just have one final look over Lorry before we transform him up. It's a good close colour match. The plastic is far more G1 in colour than it appears on some of the photos. I think it's just you lose some of this orange when you film and photograph it. But it's a very nice close match. There's a lot of die cast around this guy as well. It's just got such a big hefty feel to it. I love the chrome there on the wheels. The underside is exactly that, is an underside, but I don't think there's any way of avoiding that. It doesn't affect or hinder the rolling ability, so I am actually more than happy to have it there. It would be better if we didn't have any at all, but this guy already does a lot of mass shifting. The stuff he pulls off is pretty incredible, so to have what we have there, I am pretty happy with that. Right, your first port of action is get your finger behind the wheel arch and just give that a little tug, and that just unplugs that section. Come around to the base here, and what you want to do, you want to just give these sections a tug as well, and they unplug from these sections here. Give him a good tug on his rear, and that untabs these two hind sections. Come around to the section here and just split that in half. Come to the underside, you want to grab this white section here, you want to pull the black section there. You want to slide this green bit, it's on a sliding hinge, it's going to slide down to the bottom of the orange. That now allows this section to go across here, and that's going to form the top of the knee. Come around to this section which is attached to the wheel. There's this added section here, you want to extend that out, bring this section all the way around, and that's going to come back up. And we're going to come back to this piece in a little while. This is going to form the rear of the leg. This green bit at the front, you want to just bend this grey section underneath it. Come around to this toe section, you want to rotate it under. Bring this section up, like so. This section here is going to open up. That's going to come around. If you go around to the back of the foot, you want to just undo that toe section and wrap that round to the back, and that should all then just collapse together. So the foot should look like this at the front and this on the underside. Now we can come around to the back of this leg. Make sure this wheel section is bent at a 90-degree angle. Everything should then just line up neatly, and this should be able to come round and just tab into the side of the leg. Move the crotch plate section down. Untab these side hinge sections like so. This section here is completely dependent on what you want to do, depends on what sort of look you want for hoist. I like to put it up and just out of the way for now. Get your fingernail behind the bumper, just flap that upwards, bring this section up, bring this section up. That now allows us to actually bring the arms up and out and round to the side. Same with this side, so you bring it up, out and round to the side. Bring this shoulder up, it's on a double hinge, just goes up and round, and there's a tab just on the side here that's going to slot and locate into the side there. Angle these accordingly, push up on this double hinge section which allows everything to just slide and tab into place. Unfold that hand, bring this up and around and slide down. Make sure this arm hinge, there's a kind of L claw shape thing going on, and make sure that's at the back. Slide that behind this green section, like so, and then that'll just tab in at the back and poke through the back of this green section here. Now you have to make sure it's behind this hinge section here, otherwise the arm will be in a constant bent position. Now that it's located there, we can just bring this section up, over and tab that in. We now have this section here, we can just bend and extend and just bring that out. Come to the underside and just rotate these wheel sections in. You want to collapse this sliding hinge here. That's going to slide up and under into that crevice, and there's these two tabs here. They're going to tab onto the back of the grille section. Bring the rear of the car sections up and tab them into the underside. There's these two sections here and here, here and here, and that's going to flip back around, and those are going to tab and locate. And as we do, we can bring this section in as well, and that's all going to fill in the back of hoist. You can then open up these hinge sections, bring them around, and they're going to come up and tab in, securing this chest section into place. Now bending that section back has revealed hoist's head. Come around to these back sections with the wings perfectly flat, bend this section here back. That now allows us to gain access to this section which we want to bend up, and like so, and then we can bring that back, and with these tabs now out, they're going to tab in and secure at the top of hoist's neck. Bring these final sections up to the sack there, have this up and over, and just bring this section down here to finish off the arms. And there he is in one of his bot modes. He looks awesome. They've really managed to catch that very strange look that hoist had about him. He was kind of a tubby truck. At the moment, I've got his legs fully extended just to show you how tall he can actually be. If we bring in a kind of Voyager scale masterpiece like Wheeljack, as you can see, he absolutely towers over him. Or if we bring in MP10 himself, see, that's a very close height. Now, one thing I think that makes Lorry stand out above and beyond the rest is his ability to mass shift. Now, we all know that I can just make him taller, but we can also do exactly the same thing with Lorry. Change the way he looks by adjusting these sections on his legs. If we just come to these leg sections and slide those legs down, I mean, you can instantly see the height difference. Much shorter and in keeping. See, the trouble with these two is when you look at the G1 animation, the heights on the characters just fluctuate so much. Sometimes Hoist would be vastly taller, and sometimes he would be exactly the same height. Now, this is also his most rotund of appearances, with this nice big belly thing going on here. Now, we can avoid the belly if we just untab these sections. Just bring this section up and back out, and just rotate the wheels back to how they were at the beginning. And if we tuck that in and latch it again at either side, the back kibble section does sit further inwards in that torso section, and it does make him look somewhat more slender, but then we do get a bigger drop off on this chest section. Now, my personal preference is this more stumpy look with the wheels visible on the side. I think that gives more of a G1 kind of anime look to it. Let's take a closer look at the detail in bot mode. Now, please bear in mind this has been manhandled by many a reviewer. I am just the next in line, so if there is any paint application damage, then chances are that's what's caused it. And also, please take into consideration that this is a pre-production sample and not everything is final. We have a very nice head sculpt on there. I do have a chip on my nose. I suppose it's better than having a chip on my shoulder. We do have the nice cannon section behind here. We have the wings, which can be maneuvered there on a nice soft ratchet. You can have those however you see fit. You can have the shoulders up nice and high, or you can drop those really low, so it gives him more of a almost a sad sackish style presence. The arms can go up and down, we can go out and inwards. We've got some nice rocking to and from. We can get a fair bit of range having a ball joint in there on the shoulder. We have elbow rotation. We have a 90-degree bend at the elbow. We have the ability to move the hand in and out. Coming around to the hand itself, it can rotate and it opens and closes. His big fat belly can rotate left and right. The legs can come forwards and backwards. We can come out to the side. There is an upper thigh rotation. There is a 90-degree bend at the knee. I'm glad this section here doesn't get hindered by it. It kind of just moves up and out of the way, which was nice. And coming down to the feet, they can pivot left and right, and we can go up and down as well. So he's got a fair bit of range for a big guy. Now, as previously mentioned, we can display these back sections as we see fit. I like to have them hanging down because that's how they were on the original toy. I just think he really does fit in nicely, and it really does look the part with the rest of the G1 lineup. To summarise, the plastic quality is good, the joints are nice and tight, there's a good use of die cast, the likeness to his animation counterpart is very good indeed. I like the fact that we have options with him. I like how we can chop and change his height and his waistline, so if we are setting up particular scenes from the animation, then we can get them pretty darn accurate. I love how Badcube always gives us those completely unnecessary balmy add-on accessories, but that just makes Badcube Badcube. Once again, I would like to thank everybody for watching, and I can't stress enough, this is a pre-production sample, so things may vary, and I honestly can't wait to get the final product. I'm looking forward to their Trailbreaker as well. I love the fact that we can have two versions of a similar mold and have them at completely different heights and builds. I think that's fantastic. Thanks for watching. Until next time, from myself and Lorry, goodbye.